Hello, welcome to our final literacy lesson of this week. Today we are going to practice writing in the past tense and then we are going to be writing a diary entry. So the past tense tells us what has already happened. So which of these two sentences is written in the past tense? Is it I walked down my road or I am walking down my road? Yes, correct. It is the first one. The second is written in the present tense. We know that the first one's in the past tense because the verb ends in ed. So let's have a go at writing some sentences in the past tense. I'm going to read a sentence out in the present tense and I want you to change it to the past tense. Okay, the first one. I am enjoying this juicy fruit. So what would that become if we were writing in the past tense? Pause the video if you need a second. It would be, I enjoyed the juicy fruit. Okay, so we've added ed to the verb. Next, we've got, someone is knocking on my door. In past tense, what would that be? Well done, someone knocked on my door. Now those two were quite easy. Let's see if you can do this last one. My dad runs 10 kilometres a week when he trains for the marathon. So we've got my dad runs 10 kilometres a week when he trains for the marathon. What would that be in the past tense? We've just been adding ed, so would it be my dad runned? No, well done. It would be my dad ran 10 kilometres a week when he trained for the marathon. Super. Okay, now it is your turn to have a go at writing some sentences in the past tense. In your pack, you've got 6 sentences that are written in the present tense and you need to rewrite them in the past tense. So pause the video now and have a go and then we'll go through them together. Okay, let's see how you did. So the first one we've got, they water their garden, would become, they watered their garden. Number 2, Jackie finishes her homework will be, Jackie finished her homework. Number 3, you complete several puzzles this year would become, you completed several puzzles this year. Number 4, I compose poems for my friends. Well done, we're adding ed to compose. I composed poems for my friends. Number 5, we washed Dad's car would be, we washed Dad's car. And finally, they walk to school would become, they walked to school. Okay, perfect. Now, in our writing, we often write in the past tense. And one example of a text that we write in the past tense is a diary entry, because you write it at the end of a day after something has happened. Now, as well as past tense, diary entries also include thoughts and feelings. So when you are writing a diary entry, you need to write about what you're thinking during the day and how you felt. They also go through the events in chronological order. Now that means, if you can remember, they are written in the order that they happened. So the first thing that happened, then the next, then the next. They also use paragraphs. Diary entries also sometimes have powerful descriptions, so that when you look back on your diary entry, you can remember exactly how you felt on that day. They also use time adverbials. First person, because you are writing it from your perspective. Okay, so you are going to imagine that when you woke up this morning and looked out of your bedroom window, all of the buildings on your street were made out of marshmallows. The trees had turned to lollipops and the rivers were oozing with chocolate. Now I'm sure some of you would love to live in a world like that. So your task is to write a diary entry explaining how you spent your day. Now I've got some pictures here for a little bit of inspiration for you. So have a think, what would it be like to live in a world like this? Okay, this looks a little bit like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. And I know for sure I would love to live in this fluffy marshmallow house. Have a think as well about who you might meet in a land like this. What kind of people, what kind of creatures might there be in this land? Once you've got your ideas, you are ready to write. So think about what happened to you during this day and you can begin writing your diary entry. Don't forget to share your diary entries with me. I'd love to read them and find out what you got up to in this crazy land. Remember to think about your handwriting whilst you are writing, and well done for this week. You have worked super hard in literacy.